What's going on, guys? I've been slacking on uploading these voiceover vlog type videos. So I'm just throwing together some training footage that I may or may not have uploaded here previously. That was 605 deadlift with a hold at the top. 405. I think I uploaded the zombie squat onto here. 445. That was a double overhand PR. A couple 6-plate deadlifts with some holds. I think there's going to be some cross fatty box jumpy stuff in here too. Some pause deadlifts. Not really focused on pausing like for time. Just pausing after I break the ground. Just working on positioning. Things I can work on as I'm losing weight. Which I'll talk about as I get to squats at the end. Like, I hate squatting while I'm cutting weight. It's the worst. Like, I lose, obviously, strength on bench too, but squat just, it feels awful. The added range of motion, hitting depth, without having cushion down there, as your belly bounces off your quads and your hamstrings hit your calves, doesn't feel great. I'm getting, I don't know, on my Pioneer cut belt, I'm getting like way more holes, and those holes are spaced much closer together. So it's hard to count. I'd have to go back and look. I'm down a little over 20 pounds. Did go to Red Lobster last night because we're classy as fuck. Celebrating 14 years together with my wife. I ate pretty well, so I decided to push squats relatively heavy today and back in heels. And pushing heavy with new equipment is not really the best idea, but I'm fucking stubborn. Anyway, my logic going back to heels, this dates back to the last training cycle before the bench only meet I did, which was supposed to be a full power meet, but I hurt my back 2 weeks out, so I did bench only instead. I had done heel work leading into that meet, or leading into that prep, and then switched to flats for the prep, and I saw great carryover, and I was tracking well for a in-meet squat PR and sleeves. It just didn't happen because I got hurt. So that's my logic here, especially, again, while losing weight, not necessarily focus on the main lifts, but focus on the things that support those main lifts, and weaknesses, of course. And, my quads, while they're not necessarily weak, they definitely give way to my hamstrings and my back in terms of squatting. You can even see when I get fatigued on these sets, like I'll throw my hips back and put the weight back on, my hamstrings, my glutes, my lower back, rather than my quads. And that's a lot of the reason why I'm back in heels for this training cycle. So I do get some more quad work, quad activation. I even, feel a little extra soreness today. Like, I'm recording this immediately after these squats you're seeing, in my quads, more so than I normally would squatting in flats, because I haven't used heels in so long, and my quads are getting more work as such. I ended with some pauses with 315. I was coming up on a time crunch. I wanted to do more sets, but I had to go see my accountant, pay Uncle Sam a couple grand in payroll taxes, and sales tax. So I had to cut it short. So I just did this last set paused, since I knew I wouldn't be able to get multiple sets in like I wanted to. Figured I'd make the one set I could get in a little bit more difficult. So yeah, that's what's happening with training right now. We're still losing weight, still going to be a lot of cross fatty stuff. But when I train at work, I don't have all the cross fatty equipment. So there will be some traditional training videos thrown in there as well.